Hey guys, this is Andrew with rockclass101.com. So today we're going to be learning a great song for the beginner, Yankee Doodle. So it's a melody that we all know and love. And what I've done with this arrangement though is instead of playing it as a single note melody, we're going to be harmonizing the melody by thirds. So if that doesn't make sense to you, go ahead and click that description box below. There's an entire write-up about what harmonizing thirds means and harmonizing in general. So that'll help fill in the missing gaps for you so you can start to understand how this arrangement was written. And if you're watching this on our site, then you know it's directly above you. So this song has two melodies, an A melody and a B melody. We're going to learn both of them completely in this lesson video. If you guys want to get the tabs to print off and follow along with, just go to rockclass101.com, look for the Yankee Doodle lesson. You can find them there. And you can also get access to the on-screen tab viewer, which is really cool. You can hit play, watch the performance in real time, and you watch the tab scroll across. And you can highlight bars to loop them. You can slow sections down. Just a really great asset for learning this tune that much quicker. So let's go ahead and kick into this. We're going to start off with melody A. So this song is in the key of A major, and our first chord is just that stock A major chord. So a lot of us probably know it, but if we don't, let's cover it real quick. So the A major is made with the middle finger on the second fret of string 4, index finger on the first fret of string 3, and the two strings underneath are open. So there's our stock A major chord. So our first hit is just going to be strumming this, and then we're going to get into the actual melody, right? But our first melody note's already there. It's that open A string. So here's what bar 1 sounds like. Okay? And you can start to see that this is what we talked about just a second ago about harmonizing it. If we were just to play the melody, we have, right? Da 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 da. So just as a single note, but you know, that's a little simple. And this arrangement kind of takes us to the next level where we're incorporating chords plus harmony with the melody. So let's break that down a little bit too. So first off, what's happening is we're playing out of an A. And what happens with this melody is that it walks up the harmonization of A major. So that's a lot to take in. But if we think about the key of A, or any key, it's 7 notes. 7 notes are in a major key. And each of those notes has a chord value that's attached to it. Chords are stacked by thirds. So what that means basically is that as we walk up the harmonization for A major, we would get this. We would have the 1 chord as A major, the 2 chord as a minor, the 3 chord as a minor, and the 4 chord as a major. So what's happening with the melody is it's following suit. So we're going to be playing that harmony walking up. So it starts on A, then it goes to B minor, and then to C minor. So basically what's happening here is that instead of just playing that melody note, we're adding the thirds of B minor and the third of C sharp minor on top of it. So that's what that middle finger is. Okay? So again, you know, this is a real quick explanation. Just read that description box below if you're on YouTube, or if you're on the site, you can read the one above and it talks about it in way more detail. All right, so go ahead and make that A major chord again. We're just going to go ahead and strum all 4 strings. And then we can play string 1, open. From there, we're going into our first minor third harmonized shape. So basically what we're going to do for this is we're going to take our middle finger, put it on the 2nd fret of string 3, and your ring finger on the 2nd fret of string 1. So you're going to pluck both of these notes together. And then from there, you're going to go up a whole step, so that goes to the 4th fret, and you're going to pluck both together again. So we have strum 1, 2nd fret, 4th fret. So with my right hand, all I'm doing is I'm using my thumb to hit string 3 and my ring finger to play string 1. So that's all I'm doing for plucking both of these guys. So again, I have strum, 1, pluck, pluck. Okay, so that's bar 1, and it's all quarter notes. So if we play it together, we keep steady. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's simple. From here, keep this shape. All you're going to do is lift that ring finger up. This is going to be bar 2. So watch how I'm going to lift this ring finger up, and then it's going to go back down. So I'm going to go ahead and play bar 2, and then we'll break it down. So it starts with it up. Okay, so again, it sounds like all quarter notes again. So where we left off, lift that ring finger up. So you're going to play 3 and 1 again together. So it's the 4th fret of string 3 and open A string. Then put your ring back down, play string 1, the 4th fret. Then we're going to go down a whole step. So we're going back to 2 and 2, just like before. The only difference is we're going to add our index to the 1st fret of string 4. So it's an E7 chord. So we're going to strum this and then play string 2 open. It's all quarter notes, guys. So if we go back up to 4-4, remember starts with the ring up, we go pluck, and then we add our ring finger to 4 on 1, down a whole step, add the index, E7, strum, open 2nd. So we have, okay, so if we put bar 1 and 2 together, now we have this, and I'll count it out. Remember, quarter notes for everything. So we have 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's talk about bar 3. Now bar 3 is actually identical to bar number 1. So everything you already played, you're just going to do it again. So same as bar 1. We had A, then string 1, 2nd, 4th. Okay? So if I put bar 1, 2, and 3 together, it sounds like this. Okay? Bar 4 is going to start the same as bar 2. So we lift that ring finger up, play 3 and 1 together. Now take that ring, put it directly underneath your middle finger. So it's the 2nd string 4th fret. And you can pluck string 3 and string 2 together. Okay, so all bar 4 does is it has half notes. It's going to be 4 and the open A string, right? So string 3 and 1 together. And then take that ring, put it underneath the middle finger, and pluck string 3 and 2, so double 4. So again, we have half notes, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's put bar 3 and 4 together, then we'll play 1 through 4. So 3 and 4 sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now if we play 1 through 4, this is what we get, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now bar 5 is the same as bar 1 and 3, so you're doing the same stuff again. So A, 1, 2, 4. Okay, so bar 6 is where we change. We're going to go higher up in the melody. We're still playing the thirds, but this time around we're playing a major third instead of a minor third. So this means that our shape isn't going to be this. Our shape is going to be this, 1 fret difference. So here's what's happening. Your middle finger is going to go on the 6th fret of string 3. Index finger goes on the 5th fret of string 1. So what you would want to practice is the transition. So if you think of bar 5, you had to go into bar 6. That's the change you want to make. So double 4 to 6, 5. So you guys can just practice that change, just get that muscle memory down. And you go back and forth because bar 6 sounds like this. It's a little walk down, so it's good to go from 4s, 6, 5, back to 4s. Okay, so here again is bar 6, quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, 6 and 5, and that's still string 3 and 1. So together, going back to 4, 4, going to 2, 2, and open A. Okay, so watch that middle finger. My hand does not lift up when I'm moving down. It doesn't go, right? Watch that middle finger. Just stays anchored, slides down, ring comes down. So when I transition, index comes up, middle slides down, ring goes down. Don't do more work than you have to do, right? So you don't have to go lift my whole hand up, boom, right? So always think of what is the easiest or most efficient way when I'm doing transitions. And that applies to, two-note phrases like this. It also applies to chords or even single-note melodies that you're picking. What is the easiest way and the most efficient way that I can move from A to B? Okay, so let's put bar 5 and 6 together, not too hard. Remember, bar 5 is the same as 1 and 3. Strum, 1, 2, 4. Then we get to bar 6, 6 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, 6 is just a walk down, right? Pluck, then double 4, pluck, double 2, pluck, open A. All right, let's talk about bar 7. It's going to be playing out of E. And let's just break 7 down. Sounds like this. Okay, so again, we're going to start on 4 on string 3 with that middle finger. Ring finger directly underneath it, 4 on string 2. So we're going to pluck both of those together, string 3 and 2. Then you can play string 3. Then lift that ring finger up, put your index on 2 on string 2, play that note, and then put it back down on 4 on string 2, and play that note. All quarter notes, so we have together, pluck, string 3, 2nd fret, 4th fret. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so not too hard, a little bit of an awkward stretch. But from there, bar 8 goes back to A. So you're going to strum the basic A, then you're going to jump up and do a little harmonic on the 12th fret. So the harmonic is a little tricky, takes a little bit of work, but it's kind of like once you get it down, you don't really have to work on it too much. So a harmonic is like this. Think of a muted strum. You barely touch the strings, right? But if you push down, you get that awful sound, right? So a muted strum is barely touch the strings to mute them. You get that nice muffled sound. So a harmonic is the same concept. We want to look at the 12th fret, and we see the 12th fret, like every fret, has 2 metal bars, first bar, second bar. So what we want to do is we want to put our finger directly over the second metal bar, but we want to barely touch the string. So go ahead and take your middle finger, put it over the second bar, and you barely touch the string. You're going to go ahead and pluck that note, and then lift your finger up. And that's the trick for it. So it just takes time. So just go ahead and hit pause. You can practice if you've never done it before. But it's fun. It sounds like a little chime. Everyone gets a smile when they nail it that first time. So bar 8 is a half note. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, jumping up for that harmonic. So if I play 7 and 8 together, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's melody A, guys. Let's go ahead and just burn through all 8 bars. So basically all quarter notes, and then a couple bars 4 and 8 are half notes. Okay, So let's go ahead and look at melody B now. So melody B has a little tricky rhythm in the beginning. Now, the easiest way to think of this is just to sing it in your head. Ba da 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 da. Right? So if you can sing it, you can play it. But that first two hits, that's what's tricky. Da 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 da. So the thing that happens is that first hit is a quarter note that's dotted. So it's going to last a little bit longer than a quarter note. So that means it's going to last a beat and a half. So if we count that out and we think of it, we have 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, so again, I'm just tapping out the hits. We have 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Da 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 da. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So you're hitting on the end of 2 for that second hit. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So if I play it and I count it, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So again, super slow. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So you hear it hit on beat 1, the end of 2, and beat 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So that's what's tricky. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So a little tricky with that rhythm. But again, if that doesn't make sense to you guys, do check out our lesson on understanding rhythmic notation. You just click that card right there, and that will help you comprehend how to count these rhythms out, and has quite a few exercises too for you to work on understanding them. So let's go ahead and break it down. So we're going to take our middle finger, put it on the 2nd fret of string 3, ring finger underneath that, that's 2nd fret of string 2. So we're going to pluck both of these together. This one's going to get held out for a little bit. So we have 1 and 2. Now when we get to the end of 2, we're going to move up a whole step. We're going to go to the 4th fret. Okay, and then we're going to go back to the 2nd fret. And then we're going to basically make an A chord without the middle finger. So it's just the index on the 1st fret of string 3. And you're going to play 1st fret and open E string. So we have nice toe 2, 4, 2, 1, and the open E. So we have 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay. The next bar goes nice little walk up. So this one's going to be 2 and 2 to 4 and 4, up a whole step, and then to 6 and 5. So watch that middle finger. Middle finger's on 6 on string 3, index is on 5 on string 2. Okay, so we have just a little walk up, and our rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 4. So half note for the last hit. So if I put bar 1 and 2 together, guys, I have okay, if I count it 3, let's go this beat. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and without me counting. And you can put a little vibrato in the last note, just subtle up and down, keep the finger pressure down to get vibrato. So that's the first two for melody B. Let's talk about the next two. Okay, so that's what it sounds like. So you can hear that it's going to start the same with that longer note where we have the dotted quarter. So same rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But the second bar for this is going to be half notes. So let's go ahead and just talk about the first one. So we're basically making that A chord, and we're basically ignoring the 4th string again. So what we're going to do is we're going to pluck string 4 and 3. And then we've got this pull-off lick. So pull-offs are really cool. So we're going to be taking that ring finger. We're going to be playing string 2, fret 2. You you're going to pluck that note once, and then you're going to pull off to the open. So remember, pull-offs are not straight up. You don't want to have your finger come straight up. You want it to be kind of coming down a little bit at an angle. That's going to give you enough pressure to make both notes ring out at the same volume. So that's the goal of pull-offs and hammer-ons. It's to cut down the work on the right hand and to make both notes ring at the same volume. Plus, it has a different tonal quality than if you were to pluck both notes. So it's a nice subtle change in the playing sound. So again, we're going to pluck 3 and 2 together. So we have 1 and the open E. Then we're going to take that ring, put it on 2 on string 2. You're going to pluck once and pull off. Okay, so we have 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so don't rush that. We want to keep that timing the same as the first bar for melody B. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, from there, you can either use the ring finger or the middle finger to play the 2nd fret of string 3. Okay, so we have 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, so there's our timing. So again, I have pluck, pull off, 2. Then the next bar, lift that middle finger up, play 1 on string 3, hold that out for a half note, and then 4 and 2 together open. Okay, you could also strum an A chord. I think that's what I did on the performance, but either one works. There's no right or wrong. So again, if I play this bar 3 and 4 for melody B, I would have if I count it out, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's play 1 through 4 for melody B. Sounds like this. We have 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the next bar, melody or bar 5, is going to be the same as bar 1. So we're going to go everything identical. And then the next bar is almost the same as the second bar with 1 note added to the end. Okay, so let's break down what happens there. You're going to go 2, 4, 6, 5, and then you're going to play string 3. So instead of holding 6, 5 out for a half note, you're doing quarter notes throughout for this bar. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Playing string 3 on the last hit. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if I play if I play bar 5 and 6 for melody B, I have okay, so let's go ahead and break down the last 2 bars and then we'll play through everything. So the last 2 bars is going to be okay, so what's happening here is we're playing out of an E. So this E chord is actually what I see as a commonly written chord on all the Facebook groups that I'm in for uke that it's really challenging for people. Now, most of the time when people make this E chord, they're doing like this. Okay, so the thing with this is it's hard because you've got all 4 fingers on there. But if we think about this chord, we have a B note here, we have a B note here. Well, the uke is strung that's the same note. That's a unison note. They're the identical pitches. So my thought for you guys is why double the same note? So if you want to make the E chord easier, get rid of string 4 and form it like this. You're going to put that middle finger on the 4th fret of string 3, ring finger underneath it, 4th fret of string 2, index on the 2nd fret of string 1. So ignore string 4, we don't have to double the same B note up here, and we still have the same chord that sounds just as good. But it's easier to play. So go ahead and lift up these 2 fingers. We're just going to keep that middle finger down for right now. We're going to pluck string 3 and the open E together. Then play string 1, then add the ring finger, so that's string 2, and then add the index. So you're forming the chord in time. All quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So starts with only middle, pluck 3 and 2 together, open 1, 4th fret of string 2, 2nd fret of string 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go to A, strum that. And we're going to talk about this last hit in just a second. But what you notice with that last bar, or second to last bar, is that I don't have to make that full shape off the bat. You make what you need at the time that you need it. So if you think of that when you're practicing this song, it's going to make it easier because you don't have to make the whole shape right off the bat. You add one piece at a time. So that's the easy way to practice that section. So the last bar is half notes. We just have a basic strum, and then we have a little tap. So the tap is kind of like my ode to Eddie Van Halen. Basically, he has a lot of songs. If you listen to Dance the Night Away, that's one of them that has this really cool tap lick that happens. So if you go listen to that song, basically all that is happening is that Eddie's forming a chord and he's tapping 12 frets from it. So basically, here's what that means. If we form an A chord, we have 2, 1, 0, 0. We're going to add 12 to everything. So 12 plus all this would mean that we tap 14, 13, 12, 12. And that should give us a nice little harmonic. Right, and let's do it again. Right, there we go. See, I never practice. So real cool sounding little thing. So instead of playing it individually, what I did is I'm just going to try to tap where I'm hitting all of those. And it should give it a nice little ring. It's still going to sound like the chord, but it has a little chime added to it. So, and again, it's the same rule as we talked about in that harmonic earlier, where it's the second bar, right? So you want to tap on the second metal bar of all of these frets, not the first one. So basically, I'm just laying my finger kind of at an angle like that, just to try and hit 14, 13, 12, 12. Right, and it should add a little chime. It's not going to be as pronounced as that harmonic, but it is a kind of a flashy, cool little way to end a song. Always gets a smile on people's face too. Anyways, that's basically it, guys. So if I play 7 and 8 for melody B, I have okay, now let's play all through it. So we have, and I'll count it out since it's a little tricky, rhythmically speaking. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, guys. So that's everything. So again, a good rule of thumb for practicing is just to take a couple bars at a time. Just loop it, slow it down to whatever speed you need, work it out. Work on counting. That lesson that we linked earlier for notation is great to work with this piece because it's a slower paced song and the rhythms are not tricky at all for the A melody, a little tricky for B, but it's a good one to tap your foot along and count out with. And just, slow and steady wins the race. You don't ever try to tackle an entire song start to finish. Break it down into little sections, and that'll help you learn it faster and quicker. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. And again, if you would like to get the tabs for this song, just go to rockclass101.com, look for Yankee Doodle, and the on-screen tab viewer is also there, so it's interactive. You can hit play, loop bars. It's a great way for practicing on counting and playing in time. All right, guys, I will see you in the next lesson. Thanks.